Hey y'all, I am back with week 2 of my shop, my stash. I'm trying to do it in a little bit of a better order. So here we go for the makeup that I wore this past week. Oops, sorry. I wore makeup 3 times and I did include pictures of that makeup, and these are the products I wore. So here is the rundown. Okay, the first thing I wore this week was my foundation. I wore this Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-hour makeup. It is a SPF 15 and my color is 500 Suede Warm. Underneath that, I wore 2 different primers. The first one was this Laura Mercier Radiance Primer, and the second one was this Natasha Denona Hydrating Base. Okay. And as far as facial sprays this week, of course, I still use my MAC Fix Plus. I use my Mario Badescu face spray, which I love. I also use this Makeup Forever Mist and Fix, as well as the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. Forgot about this primer. I use the Pore Professional Pro Balm to minimize my pores on my cheeks and stuff, so I also use that. Now for my eyes, as far as primers go, this MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Laying Low, and I also use my Milani eyeshadow primer. Now, as far as eyeshadows, I did use one eyeshadow palette, which was my Morphe 35F. These are all the frosts from the 35F. And then I used some Z palettes for eyeshadow palettes that I made. It's just a bunch of warm colors. I got a mixture of MAC, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Coastal Scents, and some other ones mixed in there. Makeup Geek, stuff like that. As far as powders, I use the L'Oreal Hydra Perfect Translucent Powder. I also use my Airspun Loose Powder. And I use the MAC CC Prep and Prime Color Correcting Loose Powder in Adjust. And as far as setting my makeup, I use MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep. And for bronzing, I use the Shea Moisture Illuminating Mineral Bronzer in Dusk. I also use my CoverGirl Queen. For contouring, I use my Black Opal True Colors Foundation Stick in Black Walnut. For blush, I use ColourPop Swift Super Shock Shadow. And I also use NARS Lovejoy. Moving on to concealers, I use Clinique's Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I also use Fashion Fair's Concealer 1. It has an orange color corrector, a lighter color for highlighting, and a darker one for contouring or covering blemishes. Now I also use my LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is in Fawn. And lastly, I use my Tarte Shape Tape in, I believe this is Deep. Moving on, let's talk about what I did for my brows. I use my all-time favorite. As you can see how tiny it is. I do have a replacement. Here's my Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil, the one that you have to sharpen. I also use my Anastasia Beverly Hills, what is this? Brow powder in chocolate. The pencil's in chocolate. I think it's dark brown, but that's the chocolate. I use this. I forgot this. I use it. NYX Proof It to prime my eyebrows. And then I use the NYX Control Freak to set it. This is an eyebrow gel. Now moving on to eyeliners. I keep forgetting how to pronounce this. One of my girls told me that this is one of the eyeliners I use. This is a liquid eyeliner. I also use this Too Faced waterproof eyeliner for my waterline. It's a sharpening kind. And lastly, I use this L'Oreal Infallible Smokissime. And this is a different type. It's like for a smoky looking, which of course I don't use it for that. But moving on, because I think I'm running out of battery. For my eyelashes, I use my Lancome Sales Booster to try to get some help for these baby lashes. My Stretch X mascara, this Smashbox X-rated mascara, and this Lancome Hypnose Doll Lashes. Moving on the lips real quick, I use this Jack Black Lip Balm in Natural Mint. I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss in Sepia. My Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in Trust Issues. I use my Jouer in, what's this? Cassis. It's Jouer and Cassis. And this Ulta Lip Gloss in, it's mauve. And finally, moving on to highlighter. I use this City Colors bronzer in Sunset. And lastly, I use this Vintage. It comes with two colors, Rose Quartz and Chocolate Diamond. I use Chocolate Diamond. All right, everybody, this is what I wore these are the things I wore last week. I hope you're still liking these videos and hanging with me as I go on my year of saving money. I'm doing pretty good so far. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.